What is going on, you guys, and welcome to the Raw review. Now, last night's Raw, ladies and gentlemen, before today's review, I just have to say one thing. That was the worst Raw I've ever seen. I don't think WWE realizes something. If you've got a pay-per-view, and you're trying to advertise that pay-per-view 3 weeks in advance by making up all these matches and then using the good ones for the pay-per-views, then that's not going to look good for you. What you need to do, and I've got the Universal Championship with me because it's the only thing red. What WWE needs to do, ladies and gentlemen, is they need to decide which matches should be on Raw and which matches should be on SmackDown and which matches should be at Money in the Bank. Because the fact is, last night, and I'll tell you from experience, last night I was looking on my phone, and I'm looking on my phone here, and I'm seeing literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 pointless video clips overall last night. So let's start off with the first one. And before I even speak, I'm going to give this Raw rating. And that rating is going to be 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10, even worse than SmackDown. Because it was just worse. It was legit worse. So Raw started off with Nia Jax coming out and just destroying Shayna Baszler and Asuka, with a ladder to advertise Money in the Bank. Nothing special, to be honest. Then MVP held a VIP lounge for Apollo Crews, Aleister Black, and Rey Mysterio. Angel Garza, Selena Vega, Andrade, and Austin Theory interrupted. That broke down in chaos. So we got a 6-man tag team. We got Mysterio, Black, and Cruz versus Andrade, Garza, and Theory. It was an alright match. It didn't fit me. Cruz won with a Blue Thunder Bomb. I think it's a Blue Thunder Bomb. I'm not sure. Please correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong. We then got a backstage interview with Ricochet and Alexander on being lucky, so that was pointless. Jinder Mahal returned, but he returned against against Akira Tozawa, which is basically a jobber. Never forget Jinder Mahal's name. Yeah, like, just pointless feuds, pointless. We got Liv Morgan versus Ruby Riott. Nothing really happened there. Like, nothing happened. To be honest, it was just boring as. Akira Tozawa versus Jinder Mahal, boring. We got this jobber, Denzel DeJournette. Maybe that's an actual wrestler. I'm not sure. Versus Bobby Lashley. Guys, the moral of the story here is that WWE do not know how to make a good show before a pay-per-view. They think to themselves, oh, you know what will we do for the Raw and SmackDowns to come before this pay-per-view? I know, Vince, how about we make them as boring as hell, and then when it comes to the actual pay-per-view, we'll make the pay-per-view so good, because we've taken all the good matches and put it on the pay-per-view, instead of making Raw and SmackDown good. Anyway, after that, we then got the Viking Raiders. Basically, they cut a promo on the Street Profits saying they want the smoke. So the Viking Raiders want the Raw Tag Team titles. Street Profits the Street Profits are challenging the Viking Raiders next week on Raw for I'm presuming, the Raw Tag Team titles. We got Andrade versus Apollo Crews for the United States Championship. Guys, whenever I saw that match, I thought to myself, wow, we're getting a United States Championship match. Fair enough, that's actually looking fun. It ended in a disqualification. That is terrible. If you're going to have a title match, have it with a legit winner so that you can give the fans something to look forward to, not just a disqualification like. Then we got Ricochet and Cedric Alexander versus Everrise. I have no idea who Everrise is, and I can't be bothered to find out. We got then Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. They had their contract signing. Drew McIntyre said that Seth Rollins was full of you know what. and then we got a Glasgow Kiss, and then that was it. Buddy Murphy got involved, and yeah, Seth Rollins walked away with his tail tucked between his legs. But guys, the bottom line of it is, if you are going to have a pay-per-view in about a month's time, you should give your fans something to enjoy while they're waiting. Because if you immediately say after the Raw after WrestleMania, I'm going to defend this title at Money in the Bank, you've got fans watching you thinking, can we not get a title defense tonight? Like, I understand you got to make Money in the Bank and all these other pay-per-views interesting, but can you not do it without having some build-up in the weeks to come, or having some title matches? Say you had a title match, say you had a title match 1 or 2 weeks before the main event, 1 or 2 weeks before the pay-per-view. A title match against someone, and if they won, they would go to Money in the Bank instead of you. Like, say Drew McIntyre, say they got Drew McIntyre to go one-on-one with Andrade, and whoever won goes to Money in the Bank. That sounds interesting to me. But just having the newly won WWE title being defended at Money in the Bank and not being defended on the show it's meant to be defended on is just sickening. It's the same with the Universal Championship. I am sick of having to wait to pay-per-views to see that title defended. I love the colour blue and I love SmackDown. I'm not going to hide it. I love SmackDown. I hate Raw. I love SmackDown. The only reason I would watch Raw is to see Drew McIntyre and others compete and to have pointless feuds. But I would rather those two titles, the Universal and WWE Championship, I would rather them defended on the shows they're made for. I would rather Braun Strowman came out one day and said, right, I'm going to have a Universal Open Challenge. Anyone come on out and we're going to have it right now. Instead of waiting about 3 weeks to get a title match. I don't want to wait 3 weeks. I don't think any of you want to wait 3 weeks either to get a title match. You should not let your viewers have I don't know the word, guys, but the thing I'm trying to say is WWE need to stop with these, oh, you know what, he'll win the title at WrestleMania, but he'll not defend it to Money in the Bank. That's 1 month of waiting for a title match. 1 month! It's the same with the Universal Championship. Braun Strowman said to Bray Wyatt, you want this anytime, anywhere, you can have it. When do we get it? At Money in the Bank. Instead of saying, right, I want it next week on SmackDown. Okay, that's fine. I'll defend it against you next week on SmackDown. Now that is a good match. Please, WWE, please, have Braun Strowman or someone defend their title at least a week or two before Money in the Bank. Because we're only a week or two before the event. Or maybe it's a Sunday, I'm not sure. I really am not sure. The fact still is, WWE need to have some excitement going up until their pay-per-views. But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave this episode for now. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I give Raw 2 out of 10. It was the worst Raw I've ever seen. It had nothing exciting going towards it. Just a bunch of pointless matches, a bunch of pointless feuds. And I'm not ungrateful. I'm just telling you what I saw. SmackDown was better than it. SmackDown got 4 out of 10. This one got 2 out of 10. If you're going to have good shows with excitement. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day. Peace out.